it's Lori Shaw with Raisins Periodization. Today's episode is sponsored by Bob's Red Mill, and we are going to make an air fryer cookie today. So for those of you who have air fryers, you know that they're great for proteins. You can really make some great moist chicken in them really quickly, but you can also make sweets. And so I'm gonna make a cookie today using a lot of good things from Bob's Red Mill. So we're gonna use egg replacer today from Bob's Red Mill. So this is a teaspoon of egg replacer and 2 teaspoons of water. And we're just gonna add that in and then stir it up really good with the fork. Get all the chunks out of it. Just keep stirring. And then just let this sit off to the side while you mix everything else. And by the time you're ready for it, it'll be nice and thick like an egg. And we're gonna mash up half of a banana. Try to get one that's really ripe. You don't want one of the pretty ones. Then I'm gonna open up. So this is an oatmeal with flax and chia. And this is gonna become your mixing bowl. So we're gonna add the banana right to the oatmeal pack. We're gonna add in some date sugar, some baking soda, cinnamon, some salt, chopped pecans, non-dairy chocolate chunks. I'm gonna put some of those in there, and raisins. And these raisins I soaked. This was actually one of my kids' little boxes of raisins. And I took the raisins out of it and added them in a bowl and just poured hot water over. And I usually just let that set for 20 minutes or so while I'm getting ready to make something. It just plumps them up and makes them more juicy because sometimes they'll get kind of dried out and I don't want that. And then I'm going to do a splash of vanilla. Not gonna measure it, doesn't have macros, it's okay. And then I'm gonna add in the egg replacer. And then just mix it all together with a fork. This is a little baking pan that's made for the air fryer. So my air fryer didn't come with any pots and pans, but I was able to buy a set on Amazon that includes like some racks and a couple of different, a baking dish that's deeper, and one of these pans, which I use all the time for cookies and brownies and things like that. So I'm going to spray this really well with coconut oil spray. And then dump the cookie mix in here. You just want a uniform thickness on this. It's kind of the perfect amount for a cookie size of a small air fryer. All right, so I preheated my air fryer to 360 for about 10 or 15 minutes. The same as you wouldn't want to put a cookie in a cold oven. Preheating isn't absolutely necessary, but since I want to mimic an oven as much as possible, I went ahead and preheated the air fryer. So I preheated it for about 10 minutes at 360. That's not the temperature that we're going to cook. In the air fryer, the temps are always going to be lower than what you would have in a typical oven. So I preheated it at 360. I'm going to open it up, and I'm just going to put the cookie right down there in the basket. And then I'm gonna air fry it at 310, and it only takes like 5 to 7 minutes. It really depends on how crunchy and how golden brown you want the cookie. If you still want it kind of gooey, that's up to you, but check it after 5 and see how it's looking. All right, so let's check on this. It's been 5 minutes. So it looks like this. Again, if you want it to be a little bit more brown, leave it in for a couple more minutes and check it. I kind of like mine gooey. The banana makes it like nice and gooey, so I kind of like that. And then I just use this to take it out. You can like run a knife around the edge and put it on your plate. I just really like eating it out of the hot pan, like a hot, molten cookie or something like that. So I really like that. I am going to sprinkle on some coconut flakes. This is sea salt caramel enlightened. So I'm gonna put, oh yes, let's do that. It's already melty because I left it out to get soft. You've got to try this, it's so good. And it's so easy and fast. I really hope you like it.